Welcome back to another edition of Bar-jutsu Sports. I'm James Porco. Along with me is Joshua Adam, Dale Miller, and as always, the one and only Aaron Romeo. Dude, we got to switch it up. I know that we have some other hosts that are coming in here.
Yeah.
You know, not complaining. I don't mind having you guys in here, but we got, I know Lexi's coming out. She's currently going through a situation right now. She messaged. I was like, I didn't know, but it's okay. But I know we got a whole bunch of other people that want to come in and talk about their segments and everything. But if you missed it last episode, we were talking about e-gaming. We had a clip from We're Gonna Lose. Great clip, always,
oh my God,
always hilarious. And then we actually aired some of your content, which I was pretty excited about. So that's good. We'll be switching back and forth to some e-gaming segments and everything. Dale, what about, we've been getting some good content too.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of great submissions from all you out there. Thank you so much for them. We're working through them as fast as we can, making sure that it's quality content that we're putting up for you guys when you're watching it. Also, too, when you're submitting it as well. So please, keep the submissions coming in. We're editing them as fast as we can. Some of them, obviously, we're not going to be able to air everything because some of it's not up to the standard that we're looking for, but it's nothing personal. Keep submitting. And keep trying.
And another thing, watch the F-bombs. I mean,
yeah,
they're okay here and there, but even though we're on late night and it's online, we don't want it to become, an Eddie Murphy show, dropping F-bombs here and there and everything. It's funny, but it gets a little bit too oversaturated. Don't you agree, Aaron Romeo?
Yes, I do agree.
Yeah, whatever. What do you have to bring to us this week?
Well, Steelers.
No Steelers. We don't talk Steelers. This week, we are going back to our roots. We have Steel City Cornhole back here in Pittsburgh. We got an episode coming on for them. They're doing a matchup. We're going to go ahead and air that. But another thing that we wanted to do was going along with what Dale was saying about, submitting the content and everything. People still quite aren't getting the grasp of how we want the beer pong episodes to film. So what we did was we're going to have Dale and Josh face off against each other. We'll go ahead. We'll show that clip afterwards. But if you don't already know, it was pre-recorded, so it's not live. But that's why we're laughing. Anyways, Aaron, what else is going on, man?
Well, there will be more oatmeal challenges coming up, and I'm looking for people to actually challenge me.
That's what we're going to do. So,
challenged.
Let's talk about that real quick before we get into the Steel City Cornhole segment.
I honestly still have no idea how you do it.
All right, so for those of you that don't know, Aaron Romeo partakes in something that we call What Will Aaron Eat Championship, where we place a bowl of oatmeal and whatever content and we can, whatever ingredients, it gets mixed up, and this human trash compactor devours it. So a lot of people sent in some comments and we decided, hey, let's make a championship, because that's what we do here at Bar-jutsu Sports. So if you would like to be on Bar-jutsu Sports and challenge this disgusting, vile human being, send us an email. We'll get you content, and if we got to come to you, we'll come to you. But it's going to be interesting. So I'm very excited about it.
I would never, in a million years, eat anything you already ate before.
I actually have an idea of something that I would like to do, and I'd like to see if anybody is up to the challenge. There's a TikTok that I follow. They did the spiciest nacho.
Is that the guy? Yeah, he had like 8 of those one-chip challenges.
The one-chip challenges.
And then he had the ghost pepper and all that.
Cheese.
It was disgusting. And he's wearing like rubber gloves.
It's already making my mouth water.
It was foul. I don't know how some of the people do that, but it's amazing.
But I'd like to see someone take on head-to-head, because you did that one-chip challenge and you took that down like a freaking boss.
And we have a championship trophy ready for you. What do we call it? The something cup.
I want to do the other one too.
What other one?
The hot one, the red box one.
Oh,
there's another
ultra
one. but that's probably not as hot as the one I did.
Folks, send in your suggestions, and he's going to eat it. It's disgusting. All right, with that said, we're going to go into our first segment, Steel City Cornhole. Let's take it to you. right, Steel City Cornhole coming through. I like it. It was exciting. I like being there. I like being with all the people, you know, filming the content and everything. So very nice, down to earth people. We're definitely going to have them on. We definitely got to have Cornhole Kai on as well. We may have to bring them in for like guest interviews and stuff. That's one thing that we need to do. We definitely have to set up interviews where we go, kind of like what Bar-jutsu Live was doing, but then you know, we'll just set up like that. But let's move on to my favorite topic, the thing that kicked it all off, Bar-jutsu Beer Pong League. All right, now the two of you are about to go head to head in this segment. We're not going to ruin it. We're not going to say who came out on top.
No spoilers.
We're just going to say a
Not at
lot
all.
of smack talk, a lot of stuff going on. But it's a perfect example of how we want the content to be sent in here.
Yeah.
Make sure, you know, you got to make sure that you have the lighting, and everybody doesn't always have the greatest cameras in the world. I hate it when somebody's like, oh, dude, I'm just going to film it with my phone, and it comes pixelated like episode 1.
That's normally with Android phones.
Why you gotta dog the Android phones? I am a lifelong Android phone guy.
I used to be.
I will never
I got
switch
some
to
4K
iPhone.
video on my phone.
I got. What do you use?
I have a steel stylus.
Do you know what my favorite part of this? And I
Stylus.
do understand that this is a
Like
show.
Google.
He's still talking.
He's still going.
I love the fact that like during these segments. We address each other, and I'm like, Dale this, Dale that, and I'm like, Aaron, what do you think? And he's like, well, viewers at home,
He's like
this is what
trying
I
to go
think,
through.
and we're all
And it's always open-ended answers. It's
And we're-
always
we're
open-ended.
eyeballing them, and we're like, dude, we're
not
right
taking
here.
We're not taking a test.
he's like that woman from The Ring, like trying to reach through the TV. Like this is 3D.
Oh my goodness.
I can touch you right now.
This is exactly why we have him on Bar-jutsu Live. Make sure that you check out Bar-jutsu Live if you haven't had a chance to check out these episodes. Monday nights, that is live on social media, as long as nobody's pulling their tops down.
Oh, jeez.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, fans, I don't want you to talk about it either.
No.
But that got us
Aaron
into some
did
trouble.
find his soulmate that night.
You know what was great about it though? The moment that it happened, and we'll just say it on here, the moment that she pulled her top down, Aaron was like, oh, I'm just going to look over here, I'm going to do this thing. He had no idea that there was a topless woman sitting next to him. And he got up and he's like, what? What's everybody looking at? And I'm like, oh, Aaron, clueless. Your chin strap is coming in nice though.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
not.
No.
No, it's man, I'm kidding.
Pay for effort.
All right.
I thought they called it the douche strap.
Yeah,
It is.
I
It is the
wanna
douche strap.
Yeah.
Add
I like
more
that.
to it though.
All right.
Here.
Let's go into the next segment. Dale versus Josh. Bar-jutsu Beer Pong. Here we go. cannot believe you two, after the smack talking that we just watched, are sitting next to each other right now.
That's how we always are. Anytime
Leave it on the table.
Anytime we've ever played beer pong against each other, it's always been the worst smack talk I've ever done.
You know, that's why I enjoy playing against this guy, because, like, you'll make a shot, and you're like, ooh, in there, drink that, and he's like, okay, that was a nice shot, and
With his head bobbing up and down.
I guess I'll drink it. Good shot, by the way. And you're like, no, dude. You're like, talk some smack, and he's like, oh, I guess I missed that one. I'm trying. Like,
I'm not as good as I used to be.
unreal.
That's true, yeah.
So there you have it. Bar-jutsu Beer Pong League, Dale versus Josh. Very exciting. I thought it turned out well. Next things that we got to do. We discussed this before. Axe throwing.
Yes.
I want to go to did we talk about Top Golf or did we talk about Cool Springs?
We talked about both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Cool Springs is more local than Top Golf is. It's more of our area that we cover.
All right. One thing I do want to do with Aaron as he gazes into the lens.
Bobbing his head, every little thing we said.
I want to do history of sports, like either history of Pittsburgh sports or, since everybody's watching this, just history of sports in general, where we sit you down, you know, like like with the fire backdrop, and then in the chair, and you're wearing the robe,
Have
and
a
you
little pipe
have
in
the
it.
pipe,
Yep.
and you tell us, like, on this day in 1934, you know, Stanley something, whatever. Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? Or are you just nodding right
Just
now
agreeing.
with your Herman Munster forehead?
1933, the first NFL championship.
Oh, see, look, that's what we're
Bears
talking
beat
about.
the Giants.
And what's
23-21.
great about this walking
Holy
encyclopedia
crap, where'd that come from?
of useless, like, you know, just information, you just, this is how he is when he's not on the spot. It's funny because when we're live and when we go live, you're like, dude, who played second base for, you know, Los Angeles? And but he's like, not even like, well, let me think about that. It's just, but like when you're just sitting here and you're discussing it, he's like, well, that's interesting because in 1933, the first ever, and you're like, why would you know that? Like, let me ask you before we say goodbye, and you know they'll see us next week. Do you use that in a bar when you're like talking to women?
Sometimes.
Is that why you're still a virgin?
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Greatest
I
mystery of the
don't know
universe solved.
what I don't know what purpose having that kind of information serves. Like, is it? Do you enjoy that?
Yeah, it's like a memory exercise, basically.
It's kind of like
in
people back in what?
1945.
I can't with this guy. But it's kind of like you kind of have this useless knowledge of professional wrestling.
Yes.
The funny thing is, like, I don't watch it anymore, and we discussed this in the past, but I don't watch wrestling. But I still, for some reason, know. I don't know the exact details, but I still know, I'm like, you know, like WrestleMania 3, Andre versus Hogan. You know, who doesn't know that, right?
Yeah.
Certain, like, matches, you know, like, I'm like, oh, okay, I remember that. I remember what pay-per-view that was, and I remember all that stuff. But there are people that are like, oh, yeah, you know, Ultimate Warrior versus Ravishing Rick Rude. Earl Hebner was wearing pink socks in that episode. And you're like, what are you talking about? The fact that you guys know that kind of information about wrestling blows my mind. Like, why would anybody need to do that? Which brings me to an important point. WrestleMania, Wrestling Trivia Main Event.
Yes. Wrestling main event trivia. Going to be bringing that back. Looking forward to it. If you're interested in competing in the main event for wrestling trivia, let us know. Send your info over. We'll get it all together. 4 players.
Three players.
Three
We're
players.
going to do 3 players. We do
Three
it Jeopardy
players.
style. We're going to bring back Mark Swanson. Mark is the current reigning champion. He still has the belt. Guy puts it up on his mantle.
Oh, he beat me.
He beat you in the finals.
Yes.
And I wish I could still find that episode online because I
Yeah.
can't find it anymore. But it was pretty interesting. When we brought back Wrestling Trivia Main Event, we went to a local wrestling show and we brought 3 people up from the crowd, which is how I met Dale. put 3 podiums in the middle of the ring, had a host, asked questions, Jeopardy style, buzzer, and you almost won.
Yep.
But some of the useless knowledge that you know is just beyond me.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
Came down to holders of the Intercontinental Championship.
I remember that. That's the only thing that I remember. I said, okay, rattle it off. From this year to that year, Intercontinental Champions, go. And you had to go back and forth, and Mark ended up winning.
Yeah.
You got stuck. I want to say you got stuck on Texas Tornado, but I'm not sure. I can't go back into the footage and see it.
Yeah, unfortunate.
But
But
it is what it is.
love to bring that back, and looking forward to having our champion back, and hopefully we can make some more quality content.
Very excited. All right, very cool. I guess that's it for this week, right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to come back next week and whatever we're going to do, axe throwing, mini golf, wiffle ball. That's what we need, a wiffle ball championship. You any good at wiffle ball? You suck.
Actually, I think I would do.
I gotta see that.
I can't hit a ball to save my life.
I love wiffle ball. It's the best. Well, that's pretty much it from all of us here. From all of us here at Bar-jutsu Sports. We want to thank you. Good night. We will see you next week.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, what is that? Like, schwab. And then we get 1080p because